Hi everyone.
Hi.
Hello.
How we all diddly doing?
Very tired.
Tired.
I'm okay.
Diddly doing.
Yeah,
What?
how we all diddly doing? It's a quote from
We all
from
diddly doing.
Plumbella. Hey
Aw,
Queens.
love
No,
of
it's
my
not Hey
life.
Queens. What is it?
I love her. Huh?
What is it? What's her opening line?
Oh, hey,
Hey
hens.
hens. That was it. How's y'all
How we all
diddly
diddly
doing?
doing?
Love.
And there's
love
normally some
Plumbella.
kind of meme at the beginning. It's
Yeah.
normally, most of the time, it's some kind of, if you had a business that you were passionate about, then you'd know how to run a successful business, but you
Oh
don't.
my god.
But yeah, enough
Love
of us
Plumbella.
rambling on about Plumbella.
Yeah. Everyone go watch Plumbella on YouTube and Twitch.
Yes. Our audience of 20 people. I'm sorry, just exposed ourselves. Anyway, so welcome to Finding the Tea with Gen Z/Z, wherever you're from. This is episode...
Eight?
It's been 84 years.
Or
I
Maybe
don't know.
10.
No,
I think it might be
it's
10.
episode, it's episode 10.
Yeah, episode 10. 10th
Wow.
episode. We're in double digits now. Amazing.
Yeah, because we just hired two-parter.
Yeah, our
It's
two-parter
too big,
election
you couldn't
special.
take it in one. Ooh. Ew.
Right,
I'm
stop.
sorry.
So, yeah, double digits. You know, we're almost in our teens now.
Oh my god, I'm not ready. I can't wait.
So, before we delve into today's topic, I am Mitch.
I'm Becky.
I'm Ayana.
Hey, I'm Val.
And I'm Joey.
And yeah, together we are finding the tea. Whoa. Today's episode is whoa. Today's episode we are going to be talking about dreams.
Close your eyes, shut your mouth, dream a dream, get us out. Dream, 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 dream. Sorry, I wanted to be the person to do that.
Rest in peace, Taylor Lautner's Shark Boy, because he's been replaced. We're all in a more chaotic, giddy mood because America isn't hell anymore, so that's nice.
Oh yeah, we're
We're
all in
free.
a good mood because Joe Biden is president. Although we still have Boris, which if you watch the last two episodes, you'll know all about.
Oh yeah, they're exhausted. They're like, please don't mention it.
They
I'm
are
done.
kind of
We
exhausting.
did it, Joe.
But yeah, we did it, Joe. We need to stop. We need to stop
Alright.
We're like
sidetracking.
derailing this episode.
Yeah, we really are.
Seems like a bad dream.
Oh,
Is this all a bad dream? Was
wow.
Trump all a bad dream, honestly?
Honestly, yeah, it does seem kind of like a nightmare, doesn't it?
I wish.
Which is very fitting.
I never thought we'd wake up. Should we ask Ayana how she feels as an American since she wasn't here?
Oh yeah.
Huh?
Briefly recapping the last two episodes, you weren't here for them. How do you feel now that Donald Trump is out of office and Joe Biden has been sworn in?
Yeah, the fucking riddance. Like, literally, I was tired of seeing that old trashy Oompa Loompa in office for 4 years. I am so glad. Now,
I bet.
the thing is, for me, I just hope that we stay on Joe Biden's neck, considering just him, his first 100 days and what he's doing now, you know, should be...
He's already dropping the ball.
Honestly, what we've been getting is the bare minimum, considering the bare minimum feels like a high bar from what we've experienced for the past 4 years.
Period. If Biden had come after Obama, I don't think he would be very great. It's just compared to Trump, I feel like.
It's like Trump took like 4 steps back and Biden's just going back to where they were.
Yep,
before.
I think we can finally take...
4? More like 666.
I just feel like we can collectively take a deep breath. Like, we've gotten over a bad dream.
So, we are looking at dreams, as I've mentioned many times. And I just want to throw a question out to you guys. Very basic question, because, well, I'll just throw it out there. How often do you guys dream? Because I know I've spoken to people who dream like every night, and they're vivid and they remember them. And then I've had other people who have told me straight up that they don't dream at all.
I think they do dream, they just don't remember them.
Yeah, because everyone dreams, actually. but they just obviously don't have very vivid ones.
I heard that it depends on like when you wake up in your sleep cycle, if you remember your dream or not.
Yeah.
So like I kind of wish I could figure out exactly like where I need to wake up to have the like my dreams actually known.
Your lucid dreams?
Not lucid dreams. I just want to be able to remember all my dreams. I remember maybe maybe 2 or 3 per week, if that.
It depends, honestly. Viewer, listener discretion listener discretion advised. It depends on how much THC is in my body, because honestly, whenever I'm smoking, there is nothing. Like, I don't dream at all, really. And then when I'm not, like, I have vivid dreams every single night.
See, that's what I've heard from someone else who has THC in their system, that they don't dream, like, at all. And then they recently came off THC, and they told me that they had their first dream in a long time, and I was like, what? This is intense.
My dreams are quite sporadic. It all depends on if I sleep with crystals or not, really.
Do you lay stiff as a board with lined around you or crystals?
I have crystals on my headboard. Sometimes I remember I don't know where my bonnet went, but sometimes whenever I feel fancy, want to put a bonnet on, I'll put like a Shiva's eye or an amethyst in my bonnet, because amethyst is really good for stimulating sweet dreams, whereas Shiva's eye is for like really wild dreams.
I dream quite a lot, right? But like I go through like periods of times where I dream quite a lot and then I don't remember my dreams at all. But I've noticed it depends on how like I've been feeling and like what I've been thinking about.
Yeah.
Like if I'm stressed and stuff, I'll have bad dreams. But then like if I'm happy, I'll have, well, either no dreams or vivid dreams. It's weird.
I get that.
Do you think, I guess this is the question for you, Mitch, as well as like our expert here, quote unquote. Do you think dreams then are like a visual and immersive experience version of your subconscious?
I don't really know, to be honest, because your dreams can represent like a hell of a lot of different things. Like if you're dreaming about something like the same setting over and over again, it's because you could be like stressed about that certain place.
Well, that's your subconscious.
Well, yeah, that is your subconscious, actually. Yeah, but then not all dreams have to be related to something that's going on in your subconscious. They could just be extremely out of the blue and random. Like, I don't think every dream deserves a meaning. But then obviously there's ones that are so crazy that you can't decipher anything from it. Then you get the kind of weird ones that you can kind of take something from. And then you get like the crazy ones that are like so real and accurate, and it's like your brain is screaming at yourself to like learn a lesson from it, if you know what I mean.
I know exactly what you're talking about, because essentially, whenever I started my spiritual journey and I'd have these crazy ass dreams, I'd always wonder, what's the message behind it? But in all reality, sometimes your brain is just decluttering your subconscious. So, I don't want to say every dream has a meaning, but in a sense, do take everything with a grain of salt, because essentially, you know, it's kind of like, what is your subconscious trying to tell you?
Yeah, I think even if it's abstract and we can't necessarily decipher meaning from it, doesn't mean there isn't one there.
I have like a lot of like really weird dreams that I can't possibly figure out the meaning of most of the time. So I'm not really sure. I definitely think that there are some meanings behind it, but I think sometimes you can't really discern what the meanings are. It's just something that stays like conscious.
Well, do you guys ever like take the time to delve into your own like dreams and analyze them and yeah?
Yeah, I look up dream meanings and stuff like that, and I try to figure them out every once in a while.
Yeah, me too. But not all the time. I tend to just write them down and then forget about them for a while, and then I'm like, oh yeah, maybe I should check, see if I wrote anything down in it.
I used to be better at like keeping dream journals and stuff, but now I'm kind of like, I don't really do that much anymore because I'm always in a rush when I wake up.
I only like research what they could mean when like it's something realistic. Do you know, if that makes sense? Like if it's completely bizarre and makes no sense, I'm like, oh, there's no point researching it. But if it's something like my teeth are falling out or something like that, then I'm like, God,
you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That actually has a meaning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had that dream before.
Oh my
Please,
god!
I
you're
hope your
right.
teeth are not about to fall out right now. I cannot.
That would be some kind of fucking horse shit right there. Horse shit. I meant horror.
Horse
So I think actually, when it comes to your teeth falling out, it has to deal with in your waking life that you accidentally might have misspoken on a situation that you didn't have business speaking on. But
Ooh.
take that with a grain of salt because the dream can represent everything from a major life change to a lack of self-esteem, from the fear of getting older and money issues, and symbolizing rebirth and regretting something you've said.
Do you regret anything you've ever said, Becky?
Well, of course. But at the time I had it, because I found like the money issues thing, but then I also I think I've read the same page as you just read, to be honest. And then I was like thinking, but a lot of that at that time could relate to me, so I was like, I don't know which one it's meant to relate to, but it's clearly has something to do with it.
Yeah, I try to analyze my dreams after I have them, but I don't normally do like looking up the meanings online or anything. I guess I'm just like, as an artsy person, like my director brain just analyzes things anyway. So like whenever I wake up, I'm like, what did that just mean? And then I try and piece it together and be like, oh, I probably should learn that lesson. I feel like I'm a very introspective person all the time, my entire life. All of my thoughts are me just analyzing and like trying to learn a lesson every day. Like I'm very philosophical, so I think it just happens naturally.
A couple of years ago, you went through a period where you were like dead, like spiritual, and you were trying to find a hidden meaning in everything. So I think that also played a part.
I think I just try and find them.
I know someone though, very close to me, who has dreams that come true.
I've had those as well. I can't remember what they're called. Ayana might know because she's quite spiritual.
Premonitions.
Yes.
Switching premonitions for you.
Wow.
In the kitchen and in the bedroom.
I have nothing to say. I get those dreams, but then like I forget about them, and then when whatever you've dreamt about is actually happening, you're like, wait, I know what's about to happen, and then you're like, whoa. I don't know about you guys.
That's deja vu, isn't it?
No, deja vu is when you're awake.
Oh, with the person I know, it seems like everything she dreams of that comes true is like really negative, like the Twin Towers, and like when she's dreamed that someone's died and then a week later they die, and
That must be awful to feel like you could have stopped it.
yeah.
That was the horror of like the tragedy of like That's So Raven, was that every week it was something was going to go wrong and she had to fix it or else it was her fault.
See, the thing I was thinking of Final Destination. Like,
Oh gosh, yeah.
Oh, you see something happen and then like your fate follows you and stuff like that, but it's a little bit different. But I definitely think I've had a few of those. I don't ever have it like where it's about something tragic happening. I don't think I've ever had something where it's been tragic, but sometimes I'll like have a like dream where I'm like in a doing like substitute teaching and stuff, and like then the exact thing will happen like the next day, which is weird. And
That's weird.
But I'm not really positive. It could be just something where it's like
Deja vu.
I guess maybe deja vu, or at the same exact time it could be something where it's like I'm in a classroom often, so it's bound to happen eventually.
Yeah, you're going to be in the same position with the same kid at some point.
Right.
We should do an episode on deja vu because I'm interested.
Yeah.
Like theories and stuff. Yeah.
But I think like it probably isn't true, but like because we think it's true, we go by it's true. Me and my family, we're like, if you have like a bad dream, like we always tell someone, and then we say that it breaks the dream and that it can't happen in real life.
Oh, that's really cool. I like that.
Yeah.
That's like wishes.
I've never heard of people doing that before.
Me and my family do, because when I wake up and I'm like, if I had a bad dream, my nan or my auntie or my mum will be like, right, tell me. And I'll tell them, and then they're like, oh, well, it can't happen now. And we proper stick to that.
That's kind of an adorable way to encourage therapy and talking about your emotions and fears with your kids. Like, to tell them, like, we need to talk about it so it goes away. But just, like, talking about it, I'm sure helps you feel less anxious about it happening.
Well, speaking of, like, bad dreams and nightmares and stuff, that is the next thing that we are going to talk about. So, nightmares. Do you guys get them?
Yep.
How often do you get them?
More than good dreams.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't get them that often. I used to get a couple, like, handful of times a year, and then I went on my antidepressants, and my dreams got crazier, and then I used to get more bad dreams. But we'll go into that later, because I want to hear from the rest of you.
But I think, like, what are we defining as a nightmare? Because what you might think is a nightmare, I might not class as a nightmare.
Do you wake up afraid?
Yeah, something that leaves you either feeling like tense, in fear, where you felt in your dream that you were in danger, that kind of thing.
Right, okay. Then yeah.
Yeah, what? You've had one before?
Oh, I have them more often than good dreams.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I have them maybe like once every like couple weeks, I would say. I have a lot of like weird like either like shootings dreams or have dreams about getting kidnapped
Oh
a lot.
God.
Most recently, I've been having a lot of I'm trapped inside of like a either like a school shooting or like a movie theater shooting.
God. Do you think have those been prevalent for a long time, or mostly since you began subbing?
I think I've always had like a fear of like not school shootings necessarily, but like being stuck.
And yet you've decided to become a teacher.
Well, I want to be able to help the future generation, and that's a way of doing it type of deal. But I also work in elementary schools where it's way less likely. There has been a few, but like Sandy Hook and that kind of stuff. But for the most part, it's kind of like something that doesn't usually happen in elementary schools. So
I'm sure that must be a terrible fear now, though, like working at schools, like just to have to think about that. Most people don't have to think about that as adults, although I guess people with children, of course, they do.
yeah, it's crazy, but yeah, I have those dreams quite often. I think it's just because I consume too much true crime shit. So to be honest,
Do you ever rise up and kill the killer in your dreams?
I have not. I guess I'm a fucking scaredy cat. Let's be real.
You need to try. You know what you should do? You should try and figure out how to lucid dream.
Yeah.
And then beat them.
Yeah.
In the lucid dream. And I feel like that might break the cycle.
Maybe I should try that.
I haven't really gotten nightmares as of recently. I used to get them whenever I was super stressed. As of recently, my dreams have just been kind of funky, really. More so, like before we even started recording earlier, I had a dream I got into an argument with my mom and I was ready to fight. Like, and I woke up angry and I'm like, what's going on?
You know something that's kind of weird? Ever since you inspired me to get this obsidian necklace, and I wear it to bed, and I've had it for maybe like a month or two now, like I haven't had a single bad dream, because obsidians are like, isn't it like a protective kind of stone?
The energy is very protective. It's a very strong stone. But no, it's protecting your space and protecting your energy. So it'll protect you from any and every type of harm. So that's probably why I haven't really been experiencing bad dreams, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
I love to see it.
So how long did that feeling linger? Because I know sometimes like I'll have dreams where I'm mad at someone and I argue or I fight with someone when like in real life I'm fine with them, but then it affects me the whole day. Like I'm like easily irritable against them because we fought in my dream. So like,
Yeah.
Did you feel mad at her all day?
Yeah. It took me a minute to calm down. But no, I get it. That happens a lot. But it took me a minute to calm down and realize, like, yo, it was just a dream.
Do you know what's something weird about me, right? I can have a dream, wake up in the middle of the night, and go back to the dream, right? Which I know that's like a norm, but I can wake up like around 5 times, and every time I keep going back to the dream at the same point.
Yeah. If I really want the dream, and especially if I don't get up to go pee, I just go back to sleep, I can definitely get back to
I guess that's kind of lucid dreaming in a way, because you're re-entering that world and like knowing that it was a dream and you want to go back to it.
Yeah. It's weird, man. Have any of you like ever had a dream? Right. I've had a dream where the boy has been like cheating on me basically with his ex, or with another girl. But I don't worry about that in real life at all.
Oh my god. Is this with your current boyfriend? Have you been having these dreams?
With my current boyfriend, with my ex-boyfriend, with like lads that I've spoken to in general. But like,
So your subconscious is jealous, but that's human.
Yeah, it might be a subconscious fear.
I just don't want to be. I don't want to be abandoned. I've got abandonment issues, man.
You know, I think that is your abandonment issues in your subconscious, projecting it onto whoever you're with.
Which is human.
But Becky's been through a lot of crap in the past.
Yeah.
And I think that's part of that projecting itself onto whoever she's with.
Yeah, see, I think our subconscious is like, or at least some of our dreams are just, you know, a manifestation of our subconscious. And I was going to say for mine, like most of my bad dreams, I used to have them a lot as a kid, but now, like, okay, so as a kid, and I used to have a bunch of reoccurring bad dreams where like it would either be like when I was really little, it was this scary big dragon that was terrifying and just taunting me, and I would always wake up from it. And then I dreamt as a kid that like I was like in a simulation prairie farm, Little House on the Prairie, and I was like having to live knowing that I was a fully grown human in the 21st century. I was like trapped in the simulation. It was a lot. So I used to have that dream, and I most of my bad dreams now, sometimes I've been having like this one about like me for some reason being in a high school, but with everyone I know as the students like picking on me, which is weird. I'd never had that before, but most of my bad dreams as an adult now, I don't really remember what they are. I just wake up anxious and I'm like, oh God. Like I know that I probably died in it somehow, but I don't know how.
Well, I've never actually died in a dream. I've got close to be like dying or being killed.
Well, like
but
I thought I was dying.
Yeah, like I've never actually died in a dream. And some people say that you can't actually die in your dreams
Because you'll die in real life.
Because you die in real life. But how true that is, I do not know. If anyone has died in their dreams, obviously let us know. findingthetea@gmail.com.
In the words of RuPaul, what if this is a dream you're having? And if this is a dream, does that make it any less real?
Whoa.
Ooh. Let that settle. Listen to The Realness by RuPaul.
Well, speaking of reoccurring dreams, that was the next thing I was going to ask. I used to have this reoccurring nightmare when I was a kid. I do not know what the hell used to make me so scared of it, but it was like, you know, the sewing machines, and you get the little like the cotton threads, and it's all like wrapped up in a spool, yeah, and it's wrapped up in the ball. I used to have nightmares about that, a massive one spinning, and like the thread would go all like spiders like legs and like hairy and and like I'd look around my room and then like my curtains would be like turning into it, and like I do not know what it was about or what it was telling me. A little bit.
That sounds like the beginning of a Spider-Man movie.
It was like spider legs, like the hairy spider legs. It was looking like,
Ew.
and it was just like the look of the fabric. Looking at it, it made me like scared, and I'd wake up like crying when I was a kid. Do not know what it was about. Do not know what it was trying to tell me.
Would you run to your mom?
I used to be like, I used to go in the room like,
yeah,
Mom, I had a nightmare.
Yeah, I would go in my mom's room and I would be like, I had a scary dream. Can I sleep with you? And I'd sleep in the bed with her.
So yeah, so that was one reoccurring nightmare that I used to have when I was a kid. I don't really have reoccurring dreams or nightmares anymore. Not that I can remember. But what about you guys? Anything notable that you remember from when you were younger, reoccurring?
For younger?
Or now, whenever?
It wasn't reoccurring though. Well, it's reoccurring 2 times.
Like more than once. Well, you do have the reoccurring theme of your whoever you're with, your boyfriend cheating on you.
I just want to add in, yeah, that I do trust my partners and have no insecurity in real life about them cheating on me. I just want to say that.
Yep, you said that earlier as well, but we'll big it up again.
Okay.
I used to have a reoccurring dream where I was Sabrina the Teenage Witch, and I would grow roses with my magic, and I'd make Harvey love me.
About 5 years ago, yeah, maybe more, I had a dream, right? And it happened once, and then it happened again, right? And I remember it clear as day, and I was proper freaked out about it. And I told my auntie Di and my nana and my mum, right? So, and I drew it. I drew the dream out, the scene, because I can still picture it in my head. I drew it out on a piece of paper and I showed my auntie, and she knew where it was, and it was dead bizarre, right? Anyway, so there was a well, you know, like a wishing well, right? But the well had holy water in it. Bear in mind, I'm not a Christian. I don't believe in holy water, whatever. No offense to all religious people out there. I love you all. There was a well with holy water in it on my side, and then there was a path in the middle, and then on the other side there was like, you know, like a monk, how they wear like hoods and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I was on this one side of the road, then on the other side of the road there was this monk wearing a black cape though and a pointy hat, right? So I don't know if it is a monk or what. And then around him, facing him, was like this group of like monk looking hat, pointy hat, cloak people again in red. And then my auntie was behind them as if like protecting me. And I'll never forget it because I don't know if they were monks or if they were evil.
Well, I'm just glad. I kept waiting for you to say, and they were dressed in white.
No.
With pointy hat. I was like...
It was not the... No.
No, KKK here. Ugh.
Just the black and red. That's weird. So in your dreams, that's so weird. You were in some kind of strange cult situation where like you were...
Well, I thought they were monks, but they weren't monks because they were bad.
Well, some people think that dreams are like, can be like a gateway to like the spiritual kind of world and stuff. If you look up things like lucid dreaming and astral projection, they all begin with you trying to like lure yourself into sleep, but then not fully, so you can like project and stuff. So that could be something spiritual there going on.
Yeah, well, the same part of your brain that handles you coming into the world, that's activated whenever you are born and is activated whenever you leave, is the same part of your brain that that the chemicals are created whenever you go to sleep, and it's the pineal gland, the pineal. I don't know, the pineal gland, and it produces a chemical called DMT, which is what happens whenever you go to sleep, and it's like this dream, like it's also a drug that you can extract and take, and it's like one of the like, it's considered the like highest level psychedelic, and you can listen to like Joe Rogan's podcast. He talks about it all the time. It's kind of a meme, but whenever you take this drug, you take like 3 hits of it, and then all of a sudden you feel like you've been gone for centuries and you're like in another dimension, and then you come back to your body after 20 minutes. And like, so they say that like the pineal gland, that whenever you go to sleep, you are actually like going to explore different parts of the multiverse.
Well, yeah. There was this big trend that flew off on TikTok last year about reality shifting. I don't know if any of you guys saw it, but it was really big in the Harry Potter fandom for some reason. It was like transporting yourself to a fictional universe in your dreams that you would like create and manifest and things before you went to sleep. So you'd like write it down what you wanted to happen, and then you'd study it for so long that you'd end up being transported to that world.
Oh my god. So if you like actively attempt to like have a certain dream, you can make yourself have it?
That's what people were basically saying you could do. I've never actually tried it, so I don't know, like I've never been able to lucid dream. I tried, but I just ended up with sleep paralysis and I pooed myself, so not literally.
I've woken up sometimes just naturally and like lucid dreamed, like been half awake, and like whenever I would have the Sabrina the Teenage Witch dreams, I remember being very lucid and being like, you're in a dream, you have to somehow believe enough to make the magic happen. Like so there were sometimes in my dreams I feel like I know, but I've never set out to do it and been able to do it. Those certain frequency sounds on YouTube are not it.
I definitely have like realized I've been in a dream, like when I'm in like the dream before. Actually pretty often, but at the same exact time, I just kind of like accept I'm in a dream and I don't like do anything. I just continue on with the plot that's going on. So yeah, I've never gotten to the point where it's
you
like,
follower.
Yeah,
you don't want to exit the Matrix. You're just going along with it.
Another thing, you were talking about recurring dreams. I had a weird recurring dream where I have a cat well, I've had it with both my cats. It's really weird. My cat that passed away last year, named Snowball, I had recurring dreams all the time that, like, she would be around, and then I would see another cat that looked exactly like her, like she was, like, duplicating. And she would keep duplicating over and over until I had, like, I don't know, like 8 cats. And, like, I would be very confused because I couldn't figure out which one is... I couldn't figure out which one was her because they all looked the same and they all, like, were the same exact, like, face and things. And, like, that's happened, like, with my new cat, Leia. And, like, I just have a dream that they duplicate, and it's really strange.
Are you manifesting her getting pregnant?
No, she's definitely fixed, so no.
You know, to me, just kind of analysing that a little bit, if they're, like, duplicating and you can't figure out which one's the real one,
yeah,
it's kind of like, to me, it seems like you're afraid of losing them.
Oh, that's very possible. Yeah, I'm very attached to my cats.
Yeah, also, like, a weird guilt about, like, loving a new cat when you've lost your old one. I guess it could be symbolic of that.
Yeah, but I would think that could be the case. But, like, I had that dream recurring with Snowball too before she passed away.
And you'd never had a cat before her?
Yeah, I did, but she died, like, when I was very young, so I don't know.
So maybe that was subconsciously in your brain. You were like, now I just have to love a new cat? What does it even mean? Which one is even mine? Like, if I keep replacing them, what does that even mean? Like,
I don't know.
Maybe
I'm
subconsciously you thought that. Or maybe you were afraid of it before and now you're guilty about it now.
Maybe. I don't know.
I like my analysis of it.
Yeah, I don't want to lose. Yeah, it makes sense. That one does.
Because he's trying to, like, pick them out from the crowd of cats, and you're like, which one's the real one? I've lost her.
You know what was a scary bad dream? It was cats. That's what was a scary bad dream. It was cats.
No.
I haven't really had any reoccurring dreams, to be honest. They're all completely different each time I fall asleep.
Well, I guess that's a good thing, because sometimes recurring dreams is, like, trying to, like, tell you something, and obviously you learn lessons from all your dreams.
Yeah, like you hadn't learned the lesson yet.
No, I'm not perfect. I'm quite literally dumb.
No,
But
you are not.
That's interesting, though, the idea that, like, recurring dreams are you having to learn the lesson, like you haven't learned it yet, so you have to do it again.
God knows what lesson that I needed to take from my spider leg dream, but
To stop being afraid of spiders.
Conquer your fears.
There isn't something I want to, like, talk about. Have you guys had sleep paralysis before?
don't, because I was about to go on to that as well, because that's kind of like, it's kind of like half dreaming but half not, like, you're awake, you're kind of asleep, but you're awake but your body's asleep.
So definitely talk about yours, Mitchell, and then I'll talk about mine, and then anyone else that wants to talk about it. Yeah,
So I had sleep paralysis. I've had it many times. It always seemed to be preceded by a nightmare, but I never remember the nightmare. But I always wake up and I'm, like, lying there and I'm like, I can't move. And then I don't know about you, Val, when you've ever had it. It's every single time for me. I know I'm awake, but my body's asleep. But then I sense something in the corner or in the doorway, like a dark figure.
Yeah.
And I can't open my eyes, and I can just sense it, and I can feel it getting closer and closer and closer. And there's been times when I've been lying there, and I can feel something right in front of my face, and I'm like, I need to wake up. And the more
That's
it's happening,
horrifying.
yeah.
Does it feel like a panic attack, but you just can't move?
No, it's not. It feels like it's not a panic attack. It's terrifying, though, because you feel like there's some sort of entity or someone right in front of you. But the more I've had it, the more I'm like, okay, here we go again. What you got for me this time? So, like, I'm not too bothered by it anymore. But it used to really scare the crap out of me. Especially, last year. Oh no, it was the year before now. 2 years ago, when I got attacked in the street. I think I spoke about this on my mental health episode. I had a lot of sleep paralysis and nightmares and stuff after that. And you know what? Just thinking about that, actually, I did have a reoccurring nightmare, and it was my brain recreating what happened when I got attacked. I didn't.
Oh, yeah.
I completely forgot about that.
Listen to episode 3, mental health, if you would like to hear about that.
But yeah, so I definitely got them more since that attack. But the more I've had them, the more I'm like, okay, I know what's coming. What you got for me this time, Steve? I don't know. Our name is Steve.
Steve. Is Steve your sleep paralysis demon? I love that joke online. The thing like, that's my sleep paralysis demon.
I don't really have sleep paralysis very often. The most vivid sleep paralysis experience, and that I still remember, is I watched the movie Signs. Well, I didn't watch it. I walked in. I think it came out in 2001, so I was maybe 5 at the time when I accidentally walked in on my parents watching it. And at the time, there was a alien that like fastly walked almost like a human across the screen, and I saw that, and it looks at you when it's walking, and it's super creepy, and it scared the shit out of me. And
oh no,
I left the room after that and stuff like that, but I went to sleep, and at the time I was kind of a scaredy cat, and I still slept with my parents. And I remember going to sleep, and I was freaked out about like the whole Signs thing and the things that I saw, and I only watched like a few minutes of it, but I had a dream that probably had something to do with Signs. Then I woke up, and the dream was still playing. Like, my eyes were open. The dream was still playing, like, over top of me. Like, I could see the dream still, even though my eyes were open. And I couldn't move. And the dream was about, like, aliens, like, attacking me and, like, trying to kill me and stuff like that. And I couldn't move at all. And it was so scary. And I would literally, at one point, I guess I could technically move, but I ended up like going to the bathroom or something, but I wasn't able to stop myself from seeing the dream. Like I got up and went to the kitchen, and I was still I couldn't remove my like vision from like seeing the dream. It was still going on as I was walking. It was so
that's scary.
And I couldn't, like, I just couldn't do it. And then, like, I went back to sleep, and I just kept on saying, like, this is a dream, this is a dream, this is a dream. And I went back. I did fall asleep again. But that happened for 6 days straight. I told my parents about it. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Told my parents about it and stuff, and they were freaked out too. Like, I told them, like, I was not getting any sleep. Not real sleep, because, like,
because of Steve. Because of the sleep paralysis.
Yeah, yeah, Steve the sleep paralysis demon. But mine didn't come in the form of seeing a demon, necessarily.
No, Steve is an alien.
Yeah, Steve was an alien, and he was, like, floating above me. Like, it was a dream, and it wouldn't go away.
That's terrifying. What do you guys think as people who have had them? Like, do you think it's fake, or do you think there is an alternate universe with scary monsters, and we just can't see it normally?
For me, I knew I was in my bed, I knew I was in my room, but I felt something in the doorway. So, like, it was like I was in real life, but there was something that had escaped from some sort of dimension in my dreams, or whatever, wherever we go when we dream, and was just standing there.
When we all fall asleep, where do we go?
I feel like Ayana would know something, because you're quite spiritual. You do all the crystal kind of malarkey, and you're very, very, very well versed in this.
Malarkey?
Yeah.
Damn.
Is that a bad word?
Yeah.
Is it? Oh no.
That's why, like, Bayern had the no malarkey bus. It's like malarkey is like bullshit.
Yep.
Oh my god, I didn't mean it as malarkey. I didn't mean to like that. Sorry. You know I love it.
He said, I know you like all that spiritual shit.
I know you.
So what
like,
do you have for?
I know you like all that spiritual stuff. But we all like it, but you're more well versed in it than the rest of us.
So do you think that sleep paralysis demons are scary spirits?
Down here in the South, in South Carolina, they actually call sleep paralysis demons boo hags, or a hag. And basically, it kind of feels like somebody's sitting on your chest. But yeah, basically, if you have a boo hag, it's trying to sit on your chest. It's not going to let you get up, and you can only, like, move your feet. and it's a very Southern Christian thing that you have to try and call on the blood of Jesus to remove it. In all reality, the science behind it is you're subconsciously awake, but your body isn't awake yet, so there's a disconnect. You feel?
I think it would make sense since you both have said that you feel like it was preceded by a nightmare always. I feel like it might be that you're scared in your nightmare and you're meant to wake up like and like wake up like you were falling or whatever, like people would normally do with a nightmare, but it's like you don't fully get there. You like have one foot through the door.
I definitely think mine wasn't anything like spiritual necessarily. It was just I was too young to see that movie, and I unfortunately saw that movie for a few minutes. And
But do you still have them now?
I don't have them as much anymore. Most of my the couple times I have, it's usually related to like being upset about Tyler, my brother, passing away. So usually I have a dream about that, and then like I feel something in my room and I'm not sure what it is exactly. So
To be fair, my sleep paralysis came a lot more after my attack as well, so maybe, trauma has something to do with it.
probably,
I'm sure
yeah.
it does.
Yeah.
I've never had those attacks, but I have had like nighttime panic attacks. Like especially when I was younger, they happened a lot more. I would wake up in the middle of the night and just like pace around my room. Like basically the best way I've explained this, and I've spoke to you guys about this before, it's like I have a filing cabinet that's like 10 million stories tall, and then I finally finish filing it, and then it falls over and all the papers fall on the ground. And they're like, all right, go ahead. And I think it might be some kind of weird fear of mine about reincarnation, especially because I had it as a child a lot. Anyway, it was definitely by anxiety, but there's my thing. I also sleepwalked a lot. My grandma would always tell me that I would sleepwalk. Have you guys ever experienced that?
I used to always sleepwalk. I don't sleepwalk anymore, but I just sleep talk a lot.
Oh yeah, I've got videos of you sleep talking.
Yeah, I sleep talk all the time.
I've got videos of you sleep talking.
Yeah, that sounds a bit creepy. It's because I'd show her in the morning, because when I used to stay over, she used to keep me up till 3 o'clock in the morning, chatting
I do sleep talk occasionally, and one of my roommates in college said that I once literally screamed in my sleep. Screamed.
Oh my god.
She's a sleep screamer.
She woke me up after that, and she's like, "Are you okay? Like, do you need anything?"
So, before we wrap this up, because we've all had a chance to speak about our dreams, mostly. Yeah, one dream that I want to talk about is a dream I had not long after I started my antidepressants, and they are known to bring out a lot of wacky dreams, certain types of them.
Can I just say, yeah, when I went on antidepressants, I'm not on them anymore, but I went on the same as you. Oh my god, my dreams were insane.
They are extremely cathartic as well, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like, you feel exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
They feel so vivid.
Heavy.
Whew, gosh. But yeah, so one dream I had, it was actually on Joey's birthday, according to my dream journal.
Oh no, not this.
Oh, this one.
Yeah, I want us to try and delve into it, because a lot happened, and I still
trigger
don't know
warning.
what it meant. Yeah, trigger warning to everyone, this includes death.
I didn't hear this one.
Really? Well, you're in for a fun ride. So, we all met at Joey's house, in his den, in the room he's in now. And I remember it being like that, with the blinds on the windows and everything. For everyone, we're not visual, but we can see each other. And there was another person with us that I didn't recognise, but he was like friends with us, and I was like, okay, we got friends. Yeah, we were all just chilling in there, and then we hear gunshots coming from outside, and we all look at each other, and we're like, whoa, this is scary. We're in America.
How dare you?
It's true,
It is.
man. We don't have really.
Yeah.
You guys have guns. So many guns.
Right, so anyway, we were all like, let's have a look. So we peek through the blinds, like we make a gap in the blinds and we have a look. And someone starts shooting at Joey's house.
Who was it?
I don't know. So we're like, get down. So we all get down on the floor, and like he starts walking closer to the window and stuff, and we're all ducking. And then this guy that we were with, who was our friend, but I don't actually know who he was, goes up to the window to try and look for him because the shooting stopped. And the next thing I know, clear as day, I watched him get shot in the head, and he went pew, and like fell to the ground. And I was like, oh my God. And then I look at the window and the shooters broke the window with his gun. And he starts pointing the gun at all of you one by one and starts shooting you all in the head one by one, and you're all getting killed. And I was the last one, and I just closed my eyes and I was prepared to die. And then I woke up.
Oh.
What
My
the
God.
hell does that mean?
Could you just be afraid of guns in general?
Yeah.
Maybe, but I've never had a dream as intense or vivid as that ever.
I just can't believe that you had to watch each of us individually die.
I woke up crying.
Who died first?
I can't remember because I closed my eyes in the
okay.
dream.
Maybe you don't want to lose your friends.
You're afraid to lose
no matter what, and you're afraid to lose us.
Yeah.
And because we were based at Joey's house, that's why we got killed with guns. Because if we were based in the UK, it would probably be not guns.
God. Well, it's also.
I know it sounds vicious.
It could be
right?
nice.
I feel like it's kind of
It
a
would've been
metaphor.
nice
I feel
if
like
it
it's a
was in the
metaphor in a
UK.
couple ways for like COVID. Because for one, it's like worse over here, and then two, like we are in the middle of a pandemic where like statistically one of us could have gotten it and died.
Yeah.
Like in a way, that is happening to us right now. What's weird is that when we were younger, when we would get sick, we would all end up being sick at the same time, and we would end up like staying home and Skyping.
We were very insane.
And so, like,
yeah.
for some reason, it's
Oh my
weird
God,
that we all would get
happened,
sick.
bro. That actually happened.
Yeah, but like most of the time, there are not like situations where like we could get sick and like infect everyone because we're all around the world. But right now, we're all dealing with the same threat around the world of death, of imminent
Right.
death. And so, like, in a way, we are all in one house having a shooting. Like, that's what this is.
Oh
That's
my
mad,
God,
bro.
that's intense.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But I've never been able to make sense of it. Maybe it's just, maybe it is just I'm scared of you all dying and I don't want to lose you all.
You're
And I
afraid of
hold you-
losing us.
yeah.
And I love you.
I
I'm
love
afraid of
all,
losing you
and
as well.
I hold you very close to my heart. So maybe that is what the nightmare was about. Me being very afraid to lose you guys.
Yeah.
Oh.
Aww, that's so cute.
Aw.
Family.
Turning a shooting game into a game. Oh my God, a shooting dream to
So
into
sweet.
being sweet and wholeheartedly.
Yeah, and then I never have to
Cute.
think about that dream again.
Except right now when you just said it.
Yeah.
So, but now that we've talked about it, according to Becky's grandma,
Yeah.
it will
Yeah.
never happen. So we've
Exactly.
just fixed it.
Yeah.
There we go.
Exactly.
All right.
Well,
Well,
does any-
that's a happy note.
Does anyone have anything to say about dreams or anything in general before we go? No? Okay.
Follow your dreams, kids. Follow your dreams.
Follow your dreams.
Follow
it,
your dreams.
please.
Yes.
Except if they're killing dreams.
Don't just let your dreams be dreams.
Yeah. Just do
No,
it.
just do
Wait,
it.
isn't
That's
he
Nike.
cancelled now?
We ain't
Should we not
getting
talk
any
about it?
sponsorships or any endorsements from them.
Oh, I was talking about.
You're talking about
what's his
Shia
name?
LaBeouf.
Yeah, but he's
I
bad,
don't-
isn't he?
I don't
Didn't we
know. I don't
discover
keep up
he's
with that.
cancelled?
Right. So next week we're going to be delving into hashtag Free Britney. Joey, if you want to explain a little bit more on that.
Yes, we're going to be talking about child stars. We're going to talk about Britney Spears. We're going to talk about Amanda Bynes. We're going to talk about Lindsay Lohan. We're going to talk about conservatorships. We're going to take down Lou M. Taylor. And we are going to expose these hoes on episode 11.
Jeez Louise, I can't wait for that.
God, and I'll be leading it. So if normally in the episodes you don't think I talk enough, well, this next one I'll talk even more.
Right, well, thank you all for sitting or standing or walking or running or whatever you're doing. And, thanks for listening to us talk about our dreams. Hopefully you have allowed yourself to be a bit more introspective about your dreams and analyze them a bit for yourself.
Yeah, if any of you have had any crazy dreams, email us at findingthetea@gmail.com and we'll discuss them. We'll analyze them.
But thank you very much for listening, guys, and we will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.